I mean, some people, they have a lot of accent, but they don't have words.
Correct.
So that's not English. I think people shouldn't be scared of English. And I find the problem is some of my colleagues who work in outstations, they lose the little English they have also because there's hardly anybody with whom they can use English to sell. You know? They speak Sinhala and Tamil.
I mean, it has become a balancing of important but conflicting interests.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say English is not necessary. English is necessary. But I always say English is not a crown to wear, but a shoe, what do you call this, horseshoe to strengthen the, in Sinhala I would say, English again, ladamak. When you put the ladama, you can run faster.
It's an ornament, it's an instrument.
Instrument, exactly, yeah. So if you have that attitude, I think that's...
Mrs. Urayachi, my next question would be asked from you, thinking that I'm asking this question from a senior citizen of this country. The youth perceive, most of the youth in this country, including me, perceive that we are polarized in views. We are divided in views. Especially, people have taken too much into politics. Politics govern our day-to-day lifestyle, and sometimes I feel that we have taken the politics from the politicians who are interested in the task of running this country or get involved in politics, and we have taken it for granted. This has been a very devastating impact on our economy, on our national progress. Shouldn't this be the right time that where people should little shed or little dispense with the politics in day-to-day life and focus on the national progress? Because I, as a young person, would always take examples of Hong Kong, Singapore, in India, where the politics are hardly spoken about. But in Sri Lanka, politics has had a deep rooting into the normal life style of ordinary person, and that has polarized us. What is
I think it's a very complex question that you are raising, and it's a 1 hour program, I would say. It's like this: you can't say politics don't affect us. One extreme is like politicians do politics, we do our business. It's not, right? It's a democratic country. Therefore, politics plays a significant role in our affairs, whether you like it or not. But who gives power to the politicians? I think we give too much importance to politicians and the politics. Secondly, the role media plays. Now, media has a responsibility to take other issues also in the country which are important and out of the political agenda. You know, it is like now it has become like a vicious cycle. And polarization is another very important point that you mentioned. We are not ready to listen. You know, to help you, I must understand you. To understand, I must listen to you. To listen to you, I must be quiet. When I say quiet, I must not interfere in what you say with my own views. Let me first hear what is your view. Why are you saying that? We are not listening. Until we listen, we will not get away from this my view is the view. I take this book and I say this is predominantly blue. You will say, no, Deepal, it is predominantly white. I keep arguing this is blue. You keep arguing this is white. But if I come and say, let me see from your side, oh, there's white in it. You come to this side and say there's blue in it. We don't do that. We think only I have the truth. You think you have the truth. So why is that? I don't know whether because we are weak in maths. Because if there's maths, you think logic.
Okay.
Right?
That's very thought-provoking.
Right, and we are weak in maths. And if you are good in maths, then there's logic. Logic is only one way to accept a question. But I think we don't, when we take debates also, even in media, they sensationalize, not the point, but the periphery. You know, when you talk to people, the real issues, I think the moderation, you know, how you do it, I think the media also has a significant role to play in this. Because it's like this, no? I remember Dr. Anandi Zalvis was making a speech at the Asian Press summit held in Sri Lanka. He was telling, as a young reporter, what is your desire? To write a lead one day. Then you think, what are the kind of lead news stories that get picked up? When he realizes all the lead stories are either politics or murder or something like that, he will always want to do that. You know? So we are feeding into this whole system, right? So I don't think we can have a society completely free of politics, because politics creates so much of news, right? I think, but today, but you can see there's alternative discussions taking place, right, in electronic medium. I mean, today, just before coming here, I saw a blog done by some people on this whole issue of English speaking our way. What do you think about it? So people are talking about it, right? But I think what we need to do is, I think media can play a significant role on mainstreaming the real issues, right?
Ms. Urashi, as we are reaching the tail end of this discussion, I would also like to highlight one aspect that you have contributed immensely to the Sri Lankan marketing industry by writing books on marketing in Sinhala. Almost 7 books. You have already written about 11 books. So, leading a very busy life, how did you find time to write books in Sinhala, which is, of course, for me, a daunting task. You being a very busy managing director, a CEO of a company, how did you find time, and what pressure did you gain, did you accrue out of that?
The question you should have asked is, why only this? I think these are all articles that I contributed to newspapers, so that without my knowledge I have been writing. But I think actually in 1989, when I saw young people were killed in the youth resurrection, and I realized, coming from a village, these people did not have opportunities. I got an opportunity because I could manage a bit of English getting to the jobs. Then I was learning so much. I wanted to share with them, and I can't tell them, you also learn English and come. You know, time is running out. So I started writing things in Sinhala, right? I enjoy sharing whatever I know, and so ultimately it ended up as books. And I have found people in different parts of the country who have read these books, who are using it, and that 89 is the one that moved me. What can I do to improve the knowledge of people? Because if you love the language of this country, Sinhala, you have to contribute to enrich that language. Just say, I love Sinhala and I hate English, it's not going to work, right? And there's so much happening in the English medium which you can bring to the local Sinhala medium. So I thought, I am gifted in Sinhala more than English. I thought, why don't I write in Sinhala?
Well, now we are moving to the very tail end of this program, and lastly, I would be glad if this is the longest interview that you have had after your announcement of the retirement. Maybe on TV this would have been the longest interview. So as we wind up, I would like to know, what is your message to your Eagle family as the outgoing managing director?
I'm still managing director. It's a great team, and I think when I was interviewed for the company, I said my life philosophy is that my today is a result of my yesterday, and my tomorrow is a result of my today. whatever I do to the best of my ability today, so I know my tomorrow is better. So I think that's the message.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zurashi, for your time and for your inspiring answers and making this program very colorful and attractive to our audience. And we highly appreciate your contribution and you willingly accepting our invitation.
It's my pleasure.
Well, that's going to mark the full stop for today's discussion.